Hey everybody, welcome to the Julia Kamanga Show. Thank you for joining me again today. We're gonna do like a series review for the first time in this year. I know we're supposed to do Film Friday, which is also going to encompass series, documentaries and stuff like that. It's gonna start probably in April. Right now though, I just really want to do this review on Queen Sono because it came out last week. You know, I finally got to watch it. Very easy to watch, very easy to get into, and I wanted to kind of review it. I think it's a very big stride for South African TV, and I think we're going to go so much further because of it. And shout out to you guys, you really did a big thing that a lot of us had been hoping to do and you opened the space up for us in the film industry. So y'all are awesome, for real. You gave us opportunities, okay? And also you gave us opportunities so we can write series that are not about witchcraft. Queen Sono is a series about an agent who pretty much works for an agency that works for the government. They work hand in hand, and she is the daughter of a freedom fighter who was assassinated, and now this is her like years later fighting the good fight, pretty much, you know. Now let me get to the stuff that I like, and then I'll get to the stuff that may have been a bit I'm gonna speak a lot more on the story, but I'll also touch on the technical stuff, but I won't go too hectic for you people who don't care about camera movement and stuff, because I understand some people are just like, whatever man, as long as I get the story. And I'm like, but you get the story because the camera pan left. So overall the story to me I think was pretty good, because I felt like it was very new to me. As much as it was like an agency vibes, I actually believe this agency being in South Africa. It wasn't like they were trying to be an American agency, because even with the technology that they used and stuff, I could see it. Yeah, especially in this time in life, I can see it. Like I can see it working. I can see these things existing, you know, which is something that a lot of shows are unable to do. I don't believe that particular Americanized or British things that they want to take and put into South Africa make sense. You need to make it South African. It doesn't make sense that, like, you know what I mean? I know that we have a lot of discrepancy with the fact that there are not enough white people and colored people in series. Usually series are just black people or just like lots of white people. Like, we're so segregated in our TV series, so it was nice to see a mixture. Though it could have been more, obviously, but I mean, we don't have that many characters that it's a big deal, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? But yeah, so overall the story, I believe, I understand. I like the way that they used the city in the story. You know, it was very recognizable. They didn't just, I feel like a lot of series try either just stick to Hillbrow or stick to Sandton. You know, that kind of look, like there's no in between. It was nice to see Park Station, it was nice to see Melville, it was nice to see different places. There's so much of Joburg to use. So don't just use, it can't just be Kasi, or like, you know, like use the space. Like it's not just poverty versus, there's in between spaces that we can use, guys, and we can make it look really good. Also that, you guys, you made Park Station look nice. Like what happened? Because that place is gross. Y'all made Park Station, well, let me say the outside of Park Station, you made it look very nice. Like, it was crowded still, but clean. Very good use of camera work in showing Johannesburg in a beautiful way, not just the skyline. And I'm like, you only showed the Mandela Bridge like once or twice, because that's the thing that everyone goes to. Yeah, y'all stuck away from that thing, and thank you. We get it, Mandela's Bridge is here. Can we use other things? There's other things to show, so that's it. Cinematography overall is very good. I know that in the first episode, and a lot of people have the same feeling, it was not done great. Okay, here's my assumption, correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all ever watch this. I'm assuming the first episode was done as a promo before y'all got funding or something. And then you just never reshot it, because there was a lot of inconsistencies here and there. But again, I'll forgive it, because because the other 5 episodes really did well. The last episode is my favorite, but I'll get to that later. Cinematography is done pretty well. Like, I like the way the lighting was done. It seemed very natural throughout. As I said, aside from the first episode, but the rest of it was done really naturally, really beautifully done. Camera movements were fun. I enjoyed it. I felt that there was actually a good use of the, you know, basic camera techniques, but also some interesting techniques here and there that we could play with, which I enjoyed. So I feel like they used camera in a very good way, that it, you know, it was like, here's some fun stuff for the camera, and also fun stuff for filmmakers to see, but also here's some stuff so that, you know, the audience doesn't get like, what the hell is going on, you know? So it was nice to see that there was a fun use of camera, and the directors allowed the camera person to enjoy themselves a bit, which is something we don't get to do, guys. Ooh, my favorite thing, big props to this. The action sequences were not cringeworthy, because guys, we all know, we all live in this country. We know that our action sequences are terrible. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not even gonna be afraid of my future bosses seeing this, because I need y'all to know that we need to do better as a country. Hi guys, these guys killed it. Pearl, big props. I'm assuming you trained, or you just, I don't know, you fit, I don't know, whatever the case is, you did very well. I believe that you can fight. Even if you can't fight, I believe wholeheartedly that you can fight. Those were done well. Like, you also allowed the camera person to do really well with filming the action sequences. I will give you props, especially the one in the last episode with when they went in her apartment, and the one with Queen and Gromova. Is that how you pronounce the name? Sorry, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. The white lady, the enemy. Also, I'm sorry about character names. This is me, guys. And my phone is recording, so I can't research. I'll put the name underneath when I make a mistake. I like that sequence, you know, when they were in Melville, and then, if I'm not mistaken, it was Melville, and they were fighting when Queen was with her friend's girlfriend. I also enjoy the fact that Queen didn't necessarily win that scene. It's annoying when, like, just because she can fight everybody. It's annoying, you know what I mean? Like, Gromova trained. You see it in the beginning, this chick is busy beating niggas up, and you're just like, yo, just kill him like that while you're on the phone. And I believe that too. She also looks like she can fight. So I don't know if she can fight, but I believe everyone in the scene can fight. I even believe the extras can fight. Even though they wait around, they do the normal waiting to get beaten thing, I believe they can fight. I also enjoy, like, action scenes where someone's not just amazing. They take a moment to breathe. They try gather their surroundings. They get beaten up a bit. You know, vibes. I am going to give you that. The sound in those sequences are sharp, girl. Did the things. Pearl, I'll give you props for that. I give the whole team props for that. You guys did well. I like the fact that you had foreign nationals. Well, a foreign national at least. Well, I mean, I guess a bunch of foreign nationals. I'm glad that you integrated them very nicely. They weren't just bad guys, but they're also good guys. And even the bad guys were also kind of good guys. I like that. Oh, like, actually, let's talk about this real quick. Your story is really good because everyone's kind of in a weird gray area, right? Even Gromovia. She is kind of in a gray area. Even though she's more leaning towards the bad side, what she's fighting for is herself, which fair. Because you know what, as women, we have nothing. So fight for yourself. You gotta be like a man to sometimes win in these streets, which sucks, but it's the truth. She grew up with a brother and a father busy telling her what to do. She had to kill them off. Okay, I know the brother was killed because of other reasons, but killed her father and took over because she's like, I can do this. And I wholeheartedly kind of vouch for her. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. You know what I mean? So everyone is kind of in a gray area. Even with Queen Sono, she kills people. That's not great. You should not murder people, right? But she kills people. She's kind of selfish. She wants everything. She wants to find her mom's murderer, but at the same time, it's for herself, if that makes sense. So at the same time, she's not really like a saint. She's, you know, it's a gray area. Even the agency as a whole, because it's like, who are you fighting? And then they're also the bad guy, but they're also the good guy. Everyone. The only person who's kind of a piece of shit is the president. He's just a coward. He's a coward, which makes sense. Versus with the radical group, right? They are kind of fighting for something that makes sense, but they're doing it in a selfish kind of way. You know what I mean? Like Shandu is a good guy, but a bad guy at the same time. I like him, by the way. So yeah, I like the use of foreign nationals in this because foreign nationals exist. We exist in South Africa, and we're not just trying to take your women and take your dogs, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, and I like the use of xenophobia. It's very important that we bring these things up. Very subtle, like, I feel like a lot of political things were subtly there. The racial divide we have, all those subtle things I think were done very nicely, and I enjoy that a lot. You can see I enjoyed the show a lot. No, I was paying attention to what y'all were doing. Vibes. The extras acted very well, which is so rare.
Are you a volunteer? No. Just listen. Just fill up this form quickly and report it after head command.
Yes, some of them were a bit like, but I think when they got into their role, it was quite natural. And yeah, I'll give them that. It was directed pretty well. And I'm really hoping that Queen Sono can have multiple seasons. I really want to see where the story is going to go. But also, guys, please stop when it's time. Don't keep forcing. Just stop. I hope you guys are in production for season 2. I'm super excited. But I really do hope that Queen Sono goes further, at least 5 seasons. And then we have a conclusion and move on with our lives. And by then, we hope to see more and more series from South Africa on Netflix. One of them being mine. So in overall, I also enjoy the enemies in the series. They are very like three-dimensional, I feel. Shandu and the guy who kept questioning him, and Gromova, very like strong characters. Like Shandu, hey?
Where will we go? What will we do?
What does it matter?
I do enjoy the fact that he's actually still the same person he was before, but he has a different cause because of what happened to Yurik, which I did not know is also an Indian name. I do believe that he changed because of that, and how they treated the situation, and the whole situation around the flashback that they gave us in episode 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, episode 4. So yeah, as I've mentioned before, my favorite characters are Queen, Miri, Shandu, and Gromova. Favorite characters, without a doubt, I'm not going to lie. Also enjoy the fact that that other dude calls Gromova Snow White. It's funny. Very funny to me. But yeah, I do enjoy those characters the most. I think they are the most developed characters. And just as a little like added thing here, I do enjoy the fact they use Young Fathers twice. Love their music. Felt connected. And then the sex scene was directed very well. It wasn't pornographic. It wasn't unnecessary. Even the nudity was tasteful. Because I feel like South Africa is so afraid of sex scenes, and then when they do sex scenes, it's too much. It's like, relax, pick a struggle. You know what I mean? Let's get into downfalls and I'll explain why I like the last episode. So real quick, just a side note, because I said Queen was one of my favorite characters. I also feel like she uses the word fuck too weirdly. That's just a personal thing. I don't understand why she says it as much as she does. She doesn't look like someone who would say fuck. I think her character is kind of hard enough that she doesn't need to say it. So I feel like when she uses, she can use it sometimes, but I feel like she uses it too much in a weird way sometimes. Or maybe it's just Pearl Tusi saying the word fuck. I don't know which one it is. I don't think she needs to. There were some scenes where she said fuck and I cancelled the word fuck, and like she would still get her point across without swearing.
I'm really confused. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm really confused. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? I don't think she needs to swear as much. Personally speaking, that's just me. Story-wise, I feel like there are particular things that were missing or random in the story. So yeah, there are particular things that didn't need to be there right now, and I understand why this happens a lot. It's because you're writing a series, you don't know if you're going to get a second season, so you start putting a lot in, and then when it comes to cutting out stuff, you leave residue of like, not like I was there in the process, but I know it happens. You leave residue of old story in it, so then you keep it there to fill up the space, and then you just leave it there, and then it kind of doesn't really finish, it doesn't really start. What's missing, I think, with the company, right, with SOG, I feel like they needed more of an explanation of who they were. Not like a background, this is what I am, doom, 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 this is what I do, doom, doom, doom. You know what I mean? Like, I know they did kind of explain who they were, but I feel like it needed to be brought out slightly more so we could place them. Because at first I did not really know they worked for the government. I thought they worked between governments, but I didn't know they worked for the government. If that makes sense? Like, I know they liaisoned with the government, but I didn't know they needed the government's approval until the last episode. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. I'm unsure, but I feel like I think it should have been then said more than once. Because this is a new thing, we've never understood it. It's not like the FBI, where, even in South Africa, we understand how the FBI kind of works. So we don't need a constant explanation on how they work. But with SOG, we don't know how it works, or at least I don't know how it works. So as an audience member, I wish that it was fleshed out a bit more so I could understand it even more.
Only the South African president and the head of state security know that we even exist. If anything happens to us in these missions, we're lucky to even get a decent funeral.
And understand how it came about a bit more. You know what I mean? I understand it's going to come out because there's connections and stuff like that here. But for the first season, we need to know what we're dealing with, then go into what's the deeper thing about what we're dealing with, if that makes sense. The episode intro for episode 5 was slightly random. I'm unsure how it started. You know what I mean? I am unsure. That's just what I'm going to say. I do not know what happened. The episode where Queen kills the dude in the jail, I'm assuming she kills him, right? Obviously. But I feel like that should have been, because the thing is, she killed him, but she was still shocked when she found out he was dead. So I don't understand, but the way her shock didn't match like fake shock. Or maybe the shock because people found out I don't know. That needs to be explained more. That one, I'm confused. Then also with the computer hacking dude, right? I understand that his sister is missing. First I thought she was dead, but now I know she's missing, or was kidnapped, which I'm assuming we're gonna find out who she is a bit later. But I feel like with that story, and this is just my unsolicited suggestion, I think that what would have been better is if we had pieces of that, like, you know, because he's a secondary character, so we have to kind of gain sympathy for him. So if we fleshed out that idea of his sister missing more, and then he only confronted that dude in season 2, that's different. He confronted him too early that I was like, this is not, it doesn't seem like I don't care as much. You know what I mean? Like, he had a whole beautiful speech and he put the gun down, and I was like, this was something that should have happened when I knew who this guy was more. It happened way too soon, and I wish that it was like, maybe that the dude he was trying to fight, like if he came once and the guy's like, okay, I'm not going to do anything, we're like, ooh, why does he want to kill this dude? Why is he after him? What happened? You know, and then we kind of build on this, we like slightly build on the fact that his sister's missing. And then season 2 comes, and mid-season 2, he confronts this dude. We're like, oh no, dude, no, don't do it, because we know you're not the type. Now it's done, and I'm like, okay. And then we moved on, and we never really speak about the sister. We see her picture, but we don't really speak about her ever again. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff, I think. And also, I feel, and this is not even a bad way, as I said, it's forgivable. I feel like maybe perhaps if the actors were given moments to kind of play around with how they get into a conversation a bit more.
I have an idea. Shandu Magwaza.
Yes, of course. You and he were... Well, do you think he'd just roll over?
With sounds and stuff like that would have been fun. Which is why I enjoyed episode 6. Because with episode 6, I feel like the conversation was natural. Maybe, I don't know, there was more time to shoot the episode. But the conversation was more natural. Actions were more natural. Sound was natural. Everything was very well. Like, that was, I feel, a very good episode. Like, especially technically speaking. Very good episode. Shot very well. Played out very well. I enjoyed how people questioned things and how conversations overlapped. Like, I feel like we need a lot more of that. But it's just a small thing that's not like, it's not like, we'll die. But it's just one of those things I picked up where I'm like, because we always write like that. As much as we're always taught to write in a realistic way, it's very difficult to write completely realistically. So it's all up to the actor and the director to get to a point where the words are said realistically. And if it doesn't sound realistic, you can, a bit. So it's all up to like those people to come together and make it work. But obviously it's also time in doing that. So I feel like with season 2, I'm hoping that Netflix can see the potential and gives everyone enough time, enough money, and then the dialogue will be more natural later on. Overall, I think the series, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I want to see what happens in season 2. I didn't actually want to stop, and I wasn't forcing myself to watch it. I wasn't forcing myself to do a review. I actually just want to talk about the series because I'm pretty excited to see what this can become. A lot of people are skeptical because of the relationship they have with Pro 2C, but I feel like we need to put that aside, specifically because this is a big deal for South Africa. And this is just, I'm just the type of person who's like, this is an artistic moment right now, guys. It's a big deal. Like, I know not everyone's a filmmaker or even has to interact with the film space. You guys just consume. But it's very difficult, man. It's hard in these streets. And this is going to be such a great opportunity for us as filmmakers to do something big. And again, congratulations. Hopefully it just gets better. You refine a few things. You have more time to do what you need to do to make it work. And if you need to hire me, why not? I'm here. Let's work. I will do something. I'm there. I'm really willing to work on this project because it's fun. And any other projects on Netflix you have. If you haven't watched it, watch it, because you just watched. I didn't really spoil anything, really. I think it's still enough that you can go just watch it and I didn't really kill your vibe. Just go see for yourself. If you dislike the series, tell me why. If you enjoy the series, tell me why. I just like to know why you like or don't like something. If you're midway about it, if you give it a different score, if you disagree with any of the points that I've said, let me know and I will probably comment, maybe, who knows. But otherwise, guys, hope you had a beautiful time. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to do more stuff at some point in my life. Some point. Hopefully, I'm going to be releasing videos weekly at some point. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a beautiful time. Make more series, do more beautiful things, go support South Africa, because why not? who's gonna support us if we don't support ourselves, right? Okay guys, enjoy your day, be beautiful, watch my other stuff. Thank you, bye.